Good day, and thank you for tuning in to this week's episode with the Real Talks with Doc. If you haven't already, please turn on those post notifications, like, and subscribe to all of our channels. We love getting direct messages from you. We love hearing from you in terms of being of value and coming from contribution and helping you with all your real estate, development, renovation endeavors. We are here to grow together. Good day to you.
Good morning, Doc.
K, Special K, what's going on, my dear? Happy holidays to you, K.
What's new?
What's new is I'm finally showing some signs of getting over this concussion, K. That's been rough this past 5 weeks. Getting my flow back, getting back to my early morning routine without the headaches, without the irritation, without the grogginess. So yeah, Kay, that's a new big thing for me. In terms of the last time we met, it was rough, but things are getting better. All praise be to God, all glory. And Kay, we're ready to be here to just continue to build wealth, continue to build a great company, and continue to create, very long-lasting, meaningful client relationships. So yeah, Kay, that's the new.
That's awesome. Any new projects in the pipeline for 2026?
So yeah, okay, so our biggest project is a townhome build in the city of Cumberland. We're still pushing forward with those projects in the city of Cumberland. We wrapped up our first 4 new build projects that are completely done. And these next 16 unit townhomes are in the works. Architectural drawings are done, structural drawings are done. We've submitted for permit. And now, okay, that's going to be a big project and a big undertaking. So market is not good right now. Trumponomics doesn't work for us right now. So, okay, all we can do is get up, put our best foot forward, do right by our trade partners, our employees, our vendor relationships that we have, and keep pushing forward because trouble does not last always, and this market will turn.
That's good information to know. So what would you advise for those looking to sell their home right now in this market? Would you just say wait, or would you say go for it anyway?
That's a great question because everyone's needs are different and unique. Now, if you don't need to sell in this market right now, there's always a catch-22 to everything. Like in a great market, yeah, great, you can sell your house and make a lot of money, but the catch-22 to that is you're in that same market, and if you need to buy immediately in that market, then guess what? You're buying at a premium too. So the net gains kind of wash themselves out. You know what I mean? Like if I'm buying at a 20% markup and I'm selling at a 20% markup, the 20% markup cancels out. So it depends on your situation. Now, if you're fortunate and you can buy in this down market, like if you're living with parents right now, if you're living with loved ones right now, if you are renting, talking to you right now, this is a great time to buy because like everything's an upside for you. You don't have to sell a house and you're pretty much in a down market where it feels like you're giving your house away, but you're actually making the investment when this commodity is low, this real estate is low. So it works for renters. It works for people who are not dependent upon selling a house to take those proceeds to buy this house. So yeah, that particular buyer is in a great situation right now. Now, if you need to sell your house to buy a house, if you need to sell your house to get a better house, you need to sell your house to downsize, I'll advise this is not your market right now. Because yeah, you may, benefit buying a house, but you also lose because you're selling your house in a down market, which is a buyer's market and not a seller's market. So to answer your question, Kate, it depends on the buyer and the seller and where they are right now in terms of their needs. Now, if you need to sell, it's not gonna go in your favor. If you need to sell to move into maybe a vacation home that you have or a secondary home that you have, it doesn't go in your favor, right? But if you need to buy and you're not selling to take those proceeds, then like I said, not to be redundant, this is the market for you. I absolutely 100% encourage you to go buy right now because sellers are giving that 3% again. Sellers are giving you everything that you pretty much ask for in terms of when you go through and you ask for these little minor modifications to spruce the property up so that's less of a heavy lift that you have to worry about when you move in, it goes in your favor right now if you're buying right now. You're winning right now if you're buying right now. So to those buyers, go out and buy something now. Find your realtor. Call us. Call anybody. But go out and buy something now. If you don't own, you need to buy. This is your market.
That is great information. So for those looking to keep their home and upgrade their home, we want to talk about design trends today. What kitchen and bath styles are trending that you've seen in 2025? Well, now going into 2026.
Man, believe it or not, Kay, these Chinese products are really infiltrating the market. I mean, they have people now in the United States, here on the East Coast, and I'm sure in the West Coast, even more so on the West Coast, that has this whole Chinese vendor purchasing experience where they will take you to China, they'll introduce you to the vendors, they'll take you to the showrooms, they'll take you to the manufacturers and all of the warehouses where they're building this stuff. And when I tell you, I mean, I have, developer friends in the industry who have experience in two in particular. Shout out to my guy, James, down in Georgia, doing big things. I mean, they're getting like really nice futuristic stuff for less than the cost of the old stuff that we're seeing here. And what do I mean by that? Like in your center island, they have these islands that you can move the entire island. And mind you, the granite is lit up all the way around. All this stuff is built in. You can move the island and have a secret stairway going down to a lower level. I mean, stuff like that. The pocket doors now, touch button and doors just recess into the pocket systems in the wall. Like that kind of stuff is really trending now in terms of just the automation and the one touch and the smart homes that, these Chinese, designers are really just nailing it right now, especially when it comes to kitchen and bathrooms. I mean, I remember pricing a TV that was in a mirror because I remember seeing this at one of the 5-star hotels my wife and I was staying at, and there was a TV in the mirror. It's the coolest thing. And I literally remember Googling that TV, and that mirror TV, the mirror couldn't have been any more than maybe a 48 by, let's say, 60, big mirror. But that thing was $7,000 just to have a little TV in the mirror. Now you can get that same mirror in China with that same television setup and a better picture, mind you, for like $2,000 or less. So that's the kind of stuff that we're seeing, Kay, that's just really, taking that futuristic innovation where everything is touch automated, where everything is voice activated, where everything is illuminated, that Chinese market, and being able to just fly from the US into China and have what is called a personal account handler is what they basically do. Because once this person from the US takes you over there, they meet with that person in China and they're just taking you to look at all of these design finishes that are really futuristic that unfortunately, we're kind of behind there right here in the United States, to be honest, Kay. So yeah, really cool stuff that I've been following. Now, am I flying to China anytime soon? That is to be determined. You ready to go to China, Kay? You not flying to China with me, Kay?
No.
Come on, you scared of the Chinese, Kay?
I'm not scared of them, but
Come on, man. I love the Chinese. I love all people. I love everybody. We love everybody.
For sure.
Yes.
All right, so when it comes to countertops, are quartz counters and matte fixtures still in?
Yeah, believe it or not. I mean, matte is the new thing, and not just matte in your home, but have you seen the matte painted cars that are riding around here? So yeah, matte is the new thing. I say design is all up to one's taste. Like literally, some people hate contemporary, some people hate transitional because they're committed to either one or the other. Some people like that more classical Renaissance design finish. Design is up, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? Like for me, I don't want to see clean, straight lines. Like I want some richness to it and I want some texture to, when I come home and look at everything. Maybe that's a Southern thing, growing up and seeing all the architectural elements that really make Charleston and those homes that are down by the Charleston Battery, just some of the most beautiful homes I've ever recalled, seeing as a kid. And those kind of things, they stay with you and they become a part of you. And as you become an adult, you have a bit of nostalgia for just remembering how those things used to just make you feel as a kid and just admiring the beauty in such architectural design elements in those really rich historic homes. So Kay, design is all up to the buyer or to the person that you're doing the renovation project for. And one thing I'm very mindful of is keeping that in mind when I meet with clients, right? I like clients to tell me what they like. I like clients to do a mood board and tell me what their flavor is and their style. And then it's up to me to assimilate and to adapt to that style so I can really deliver on the finishes of that style. And that's important too as a contractor, because finishes are all set up by what is behind the wall. And a lot of people sometimes, they don't think about that fact, like, you know, where your electrical outlet is going to be and the placement of different electrical wiring that needs to come out of the wall for electrical lighting. All of that stuff, you know, you have to set up for the perfect execution of the finish, regardless of what that client wants.
That's good to know, especially when looking for a contractor. So how can home buyers update their space without doing a full gut renovation?
Well, the first thing you do is trim is always the thing. You know, when you go in a home and look in your house right now, you know, if you have an older home, 10 years, 12 years, one thing you're gonna notice about a trim. What I mean by the trim, I'm talking about the baseboards, any chair rail, any crown, any trim around your windows, window seals. You're gonna notice either the painting looks very clunky because they've been painted over and over and over again. So the paint is not a smooth, consistent, like clean finished look. Or you're gonna notice both. You're gonna notice the paint is clumpy, and you're also gonna notice the caulk has started to peel, it started to crack. So one of the first things you can do is just give your house a quick makeover that's really low in cost, is just replace all your trim, right? And sometimes you can sand your trim back if the paint is just not that bad. Sometimes the paint has been painted over and over and over and over and over again till it's just really bad. You just really need to pull that out and get great professional painters, because those professional painters are gonna know how to prep your wall. They're gonna know how to really scrape and sand the walls down and skim them out to make sure that you don't have any imperfections in the wall, and make that drywall and that paint job look brand new. One thing I cannot stand, walking into a home after someone is renovated and, you know, clients not too happy with that contractor, so they call us in, and, you know, not to ridicule or really be negative towards someone else's work, but you can see like nail pops still in the wall. You can see like divots in the wall. You can see where the corners are not perfectly 90, and it makes for a bad makeover. It just makes for a bad finished product when you still can see these imperfections and it doesn't look like new. That's always a goal when you're renovating. Make sure your contractor have your work looking like new, period. And that's how you know that there's a sign of a good makeover.
As a general contractor and a real estate developer, does Tebow offer design consultations and project quotes?
We do. If you go to our website, www.tebowresidential.com, Marcy is our in-house architect, and Marcy works wonders with our clients. She will do your 2D design layouts, and we even offer services in doing 3D renderings for clients so they can get a visual view of what that space is going to look like. Some clients, you know, based on, you know, how in-depth their spatial orientation is and how they can process things abstractly, some clients just can't look at a 2D floor model with an aerial view and kind of get a full visual of what that finished product is going to look like. So it's important that we provide resources and we provide visuals for clients to actually see, okay, what does this vanity look like with 2 columns towering both sides of my vanity in my bathroom once we rip all of this stuff out. We provide those services so that clients can have a full visual view of what that final finished product is going to look like based on finished selection materials that the client can pre-select in advance before we even begin renovation.
For those interested in those services, can they book them now?
Absolutely. Kay has done a remarkable job over and over again, refreshing our website, keeping our website up to date. Shout out to Kay and all her great work on her social media, these videos that she shoots, YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is growing. Kay, I know one thing that I wanted to remind our viewers of. One thing we're being very mindful of, because I had a discussion with the client. When we do these videos, one thing we're going to start to do is tag our videos with key words. So like, for instance, if you need information on what you think about in your next kitchen renovation, somehow we're going to have to tag that, because she's like, you got all this video out there, Doc, you got all this content out there, But what I don't see, like when I need to know something specific, like what should I think about when I'm renovating my bathroom, I kind of like got to go through all these videos and watch them. So that was great information from Dr. Washington. Thank you very much. We always love that kind of feedback, that kind of input to make us better as a company, to better serve you and to better provide resources for you, and coming from contribution to make sure that you're putting your best foot forward in your next renovation project, because that's your hard-earned dollars that are spent, and we want to make sure you execute at the highest level possible. So yeah, we're going to start doing that, and in doing that, Kay, that's very important for us to understand that clients, you know, again, wrapping this up, clients, it's really all about your eye, and it's really all about what you want your final design to be in that style. And we're here to bring that together. So go to our website, www.tboresidential.com. You can direct message us on any of our social media platforms, and we'll be happy to give you the information you need, and happy to even tell you how to begin the process and what to expect in the process as you vet, even if it's not us, but as you vet other contractors, what you should be looking for. We give out that information all the time.
Awesome. So to close us out, words of wisdom.
Oh, words of wisdom. Why is it like I'm surprised by this every time you ask this, and I have to think about what is on my heart and mind as we close out every single day with words of wisdom? Well, what is something I recently talked to people about? Timeliness is next to godliness, being punctual. If you are going to be late, it is a professional courtesy, it is a common decency to simply notify people in advance that you're not going to make the time that that individual or those individuals have scheduled for you. So they'll just have proper notice. So often, Kay, people in our company, we say that if you're 5 minutes early before that appointment, you are on time. And if you're on time for that appointment, you are late. And if you are late, that is unacceptable. So if you're running late, just give people the common courtesy and communicate to them that you're running late. They will really, really, really appreciate that. And also, don't be in a habit of being late all the time. That's one of those things that as a professional, just as a person, you know, in terms of just making sure you want to have good, healthy relationships, be punctual. Be very conscious of people's time, because time is the one asset in the world. I don't care if you're Carlos Slim, I don't care if you're Jeff Bezos, I don't care if you're Warren Buffett, I don't care if you're Bill Gates, I don't care if you're Mark Zuckerberg, I don't care who you are. Time is the one thing that once it's gone, you can never ever get it back. So be respectful of people's time. Be respectful when people take the time at no cost or no charge to you to give you their expert advice. Be respectful of that and just simply tell people thank you. You know, because time is so undervalued in terms of how important it is. And it just makes relationships much more meaningful when you respect people's time in the way that it should be respected. Till next time, I'll see you at our next construction site.